What's up, people? This is Anthony Wilson, the Midwest Philly fan. Just kicking this new channel off, man. Being way out here in Denver, but being born and raised in West Philadelphia, Parkside, um, Westminster Ave, 48th and Westminster Ave, 52nd and Parkside. I'm the Fresh Prince of Aurora, Colorado. Moved out here with my auntie and my uncle many years ago, uh, and have lived here ever since. But never lost my love for Philly sports, and so I created this channel to just continue to conversate, connect, and to fellowship with my Philly fans, and my Philly fans from all over. So if you're a Philadelphia fan and you don't live in Philadelphia, man, give me a shout out. Let me know where you're a fan, where you're a Philly fan, and where you're from. How long you've been a Philly fan, so that we can, link up. And I want to give you shout outs, to those that come on and help me to really launch this channel and really get it moving and growing. And so, just a little bit about me. Um, not just a Sixers fan. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm a Phillies fan, Flyers fan. I'm just a fan, of Philly sports. Primarily, I watch football and basketball. Those are my primary sports, and those I'll be talking about. But I'm also a boxing fan, so I will be bringing up, some of the Philly boxers, like Boots Ennis, my man Garcia, the different individuals that are from Philly. Growing up in Philly, we grew up with Bernard Hopkins Gym right there, around the corner in the neighborhood, and so definitely a Philly fan. And so I want to jump on and get this really first main post kicked off with a couple of things that have been popping off in the news, with Philly, especially the deal with the draft and the moves that we made in the draft. But I really want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on this move to bring Paul George to Philly. And then after that, we're going to talk about the rookies, McLean and Bona. Which one of them are going to impact? Are those guys going to play? Are they going to make a major impact? I also want to go back in some news and talk about the Eagles a little bit. I was a person who really liked DeAndre Swift and didn't think we needed to make a change. But to get Saquon Barkley, oh man, I'm conflicted because I love that move. I wanted them to draft Saquon Barkley. I don't know about you, but I wanted them to draft him. And so for him to come to Philly, but at the expense of sending Swift away after Swift had a phenomenal season, I felt like he didn't do anything wrong. He did everything right. He was a receiver out of the backfield. He was a great runner and all those things. So I want to get to that too. And we may get some time to talk about, predicting the Eagles schedule, and things like that. But first and foremost, I want to touch on, welcome George. Um, is he the answer? Is he the key to us becoming champions? Because I think sometimes we'll think that we have a piece because remember when we got James Harden, we're thinking, oh, that's the piece. But is Paul George the piece? Is he the connector that's going to help to get us over the hump when we play against the Celtics and the Bucks and those guys in the East? Is Paul George the answer? I was looking at his stats last year for the Clippers. He played 74 games, which means he was pretty healthy. He was pretty healthy. He played 33 minutes, um, which is, man, that's being on the floor. 22.6 per game, which is nice, but it's down over the last 3 seasons. He was at 23.3 in 2021. And he was 24.3 in 21-22, and he was 23.8 in 22-23. Last year he was 22.6, which is decent. It's nice. Is that going to translate over to the Sixers? He averaged 5 rebounds a game, which is down for him in over the last few seasons. He averaged 6.6, 6.9, 6.1. He had 5.2 last year. 3.5 assists, which is down. 5.2, 5.7, 5.1, and then the 3.5 last year. Are we getting a Paul George that's slipping, that's changing, that's transforming? I want to hear your thoughts on that because um, I feel like it's a good move, but there's a chance that it might be something good to the table for us here in Philly. What are your thoughts? What are your ideas? And so I just really want to get you guys to chime in on that. Tell me what you think about Paul George. Let's pull up some of these rookies, man. There's one cat I'm not really sold on him. He's interested. Drafted him number one. Was he a number one pick? Talk to me, y'all. Was he a number one pick? Because I'm not sure, man. I looked at his game. I saw his stats. I saw what he did last year in limited time. He really didn't. He got to play more and more as the season went on, but his stats, to me, were not eye popping. Right? They didn't just jump off the screen to me. And I look at him. He's a smaller guard, right? He's not a big guard. Um, he are they going to be able to pair him with Tyrese Maxey? Is he coming off the bench for him? But you spend the first round draft pick on a guy. What does that say? You know, is he coming to just play and fill a spot, or is he coming to be an impact player? And so, what do you guys think of Jared McClain? I know he's a star. But what do you guys think of him? His stats don't really pop out to me. They don't really jump off the page. Looking at his stats at Duke, he actually wasn't even the leading scorer at Duke. Um, he averaged 14 points per game, 5 rebounds, 1.9 assists, which is about 2 assists a game, and 1.1 steals. 20-year-old. He struggled from 3-point range, although he shot at times. His final numbers is 41.4% from deep at Duke. Uh, but in the summer league, uh, what are we going to see? Are we going to see this guy shoot the lights out? I know some of you guys have been watching already. What do you think about him? Is this a good pick? I mean, really, is this money? You know what I'm saying? And so, what do you guys think? Is he going to be a person that really contributes and helps Philly to win a championship? Because I don't know about you, I'm ready for the Sixers to win one. I mean, we ain't saying ain't no stopping us now since '83. Come on now, we got to win something in these coming months. And what about our big guy? You know, uh, from UCLA, Adem Bona from UCLA. When I looked at him, now some of y'all that are actual basketball fans will probably remember this guy, but he reminds me of Ben Wallace. He reminds me of Ben Wallace. It's almost the same body style. I think he's a little bit better offensively at this stage in his career. Ben Wallace didn't really get offensive moves till later on, but he was an incredible defender. Man, and weak side help guy, on the ball guy. This guy, I think, has the ability to play alongside MB to take some pressure off him, to allow him to not have to always take the best offensive big man. You switch this dude on him, he's shutting him down, right? I mean, I don't know about y'all. but he looks good on that defensive end. And so I want to see, what he brings to the table. What do you guys think? Do you think, as a second round pick, did we get a steal? Did Philly get a steal there? Did we snatch a steal, you know, in that draft, with him? Is he a better fit, for us than Jared McClain, who's pretty much famous from his TikToks, really. But Bona, he averaged 12.4 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, 1.8 blocks, so almost 2 blocks a game, 1.2 assists, 1.1 steals in 33 games last year. And so we took him, he racked up 2 blocks per game, basically. And he had games where he just dominated the game with his defensive presence. And so I want to know what you guys think of him. Man, you're watching the Midwest Philly fan. This is a new channel. We're trying to kick this thing off. And I am in Aurora, Colorado, in the Rocky Mountains, but I'm still a Sixer fan. I'm still an Eagle fan. I'm still a Philly boxing fan. We'll have some of our shows are going to have, we're going to feature some boxers from Philly that are hot right now and figure out who's the best product coming out of Philly, even in the boxing realm. And so that's primary. My goal is to talk about football, basketball, and boxing because that's my love. So I don't know about you. If you want to talk about other things, cool. But my love is football, basketball, and boxing. So Adem Bona from UCLA. What do y'all think about him? What do y'all think about him? And so, moving on, one of the other things I wanted to talk about is the departure of DeAndre Swift. The departure. I just want to know because for me, I really liked DeAndre Swift. I man, I was excited to get him. I thought he was a perfect fit for us. And then I don't think he disappointed, you know, um, during the season. I felt like he did everything we asked and more. We pull up his stats. Oh man, this dude went nuts. I'm just saying, he just went nuts, with the Eagles. And I enjoyed having him. He was a spark plug for us. Um, Man, explosive. I wish they would have gave him the ball more. You know what I mean? I felt like they should have been giving him the ball a lot more rather than just here and there. And so Swift, let's pull him up. Um, Man, he had some great games last year. Um, he rushed for over 1,000 yards, uh, which is phenomenal. He caught passes out of the backfield, which was another thing that we really needed him to do. Um, he was overall just an all around really good back. Now, I don't know if he blocked well, in blitz situations, but he was a great receiver for screens. And so with DeAndre Swift departing, the they brought in Saquon Barkley. Now, for some of us that have been around for a while, I actually we actually got his stablemate, Sanders, which I liked him too. He was nice too. And so I'm trying to figure out what are they looking for? What is it that Saquon Barkley is going to bring to the table that DeAndre Swift could not? I hear so because of the name recognition, but I felt like DeAndre Swift was killing him too. Having him back there, he was killing them too. He was a factor in a lot of games. There were some games where we rode him to victory, where Jalen wasn't playing well. and we started handing the ball off, and Swift got it done. So I want to know what you think. I want to know your thoughts, and so chime in. DeAndre Swift, was he an asset, and what does Saquon Barkley bring to the table that you think would change uh, uh, the fortunes of the Eagles going into this new season? So, with July hot on us and August coming, I want to get your thoughts and your predictions on the Eagles' record. What is it going to look like? Um, they have a not a very difficult schedule, but you never know about the Eagles' record coming up. So let me pull up their Eagles 2024 schedule. Okay, and just what do we think? And so this 2024 schedule, um, after preseason is done and over with, we get this thing cracking. Um, yeah, our final. So preseason, August 9th, Ravens, Patriots, August 15th, Vikings, August 24th. We open up the season with the Green Bay Packers. Ooh, that is a game right out the gate. What do y'all think? Are y'all taking are y'all taking Philly in that one? We are home. We are home for that one. I believe, I believe that's a home game. Um, with bringing in the Green Bay Packers, we saw what they did to Dallas. Are we ready to deal with that offense? Are we ready to deal with that young gun at quarterback? Are we ready for them? Um, I say we beat them. I say we take that victory at home. I still think it's going to be a close one, but I think we take that victory. The Falcons then come in. Um, The Falcons come in, and these are primetime games, 6:15. These are primetime games. These aren't your just straight that we get to see the Eagles in front of the world. Aren't those games interesting when they put us right in front of everybody in the national audience right out the gate? Our first two games are in front of a national audience right out the gate. And so the Falcons, I think we get them at home. We got to go to the Saints. Go to the Saints. The Saints made a few moves, but I don't know if we roll through these first two games, then I got to give them the victory against the Saints. Then we go to Tampa, revenge game. We got to put it on them. I feel like we have to put it on them in order for us to really feel good. We got to beat the brakes off of them. Then you got I think a tough game at home. The Browns come in. The Browns come in. What do y'all think? Do we win that game? Do we take that? Then we go on the road to the Giants. Saquon goes to play against his old team. That's going to be a raucous crowd. That's going to be hype. That's going to be, and it's a division rival. What do y'all think? Do we take that one? Do we take that one in Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands? And the Eagles go on the road to the Bengals. Ooh, ooh, that could be a Super Bowl preview. That could be a Super Bowl preview. The Bengals retooled with a healthy quarterback. Man, um, we come back home. The Jaguars come in, and people love Sunshine. I call him Sunshine. I call him Sunshine, their quarterback, man, because he looks like Sunshine from Remember the Titans. And so, yeah, a lot of people put a lot of stock in him. Are they going to be able to come into our house and beat us? And then we got to go to Dallas. You know what? I think every year we split with Dallas, and home and home. I'm thinking home and home. We split with them, then we come home and play the Commanders. who actually had done some moves in the offseason and looked strong. But I always feel like we can beat the Redskins. Then we go to the Rams. We go to LA. Man, that's a tough one, and that's a prime time. I think that's a Sunday night prime time game. Then we go to the Ravens. On Christmas. We go to Baltimore. Not on Christmas, sorry. The 1st of December. We go to Baltimore. It's an afternoon game. That's a big game. Um, I don't know. It depends on how we're rolling at that point in the season. Did we win? I might say that we take a L there in Baltimore. We come home, got to play the Panthers. We beat them. Steelers come to our house. I think we handle them. Going to the Redskins, there's a chance that we could drop one, in Washington. And I might as well stop calling them that. Let me call them the Commanders. The Commanders. We go to the Commanders. And then Dallas at home, we got to beat them there. Giants come to our house, we got to beat them there. So the uh, the Commanders is the game closest to Christmas for those that like those Christmas type games and things like that on that week. But man, so what are we looking at? Most people who have picked our season are looking at about 12-4. Um, Basically, that's where we're at, 12-4. If we go, or yeah, 12-5. If we go 13-4, I think that's number one seed. I think that puts us in the driver's seat, home field advantage. Our schedule is not that hard. I see a few games on there that you know could be some good ones, but for the most part, we should be able to you know dominate and go through this season and come out on the other side, especially if that defense comes to play. Let me know your thoughts. This is Anthony Wilson, the Midwest Philly fan. Just kicking my channel off. Let me know what y'all think. Please chime in. Um, Man, I appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you recommend this channel to other people. Jump on here, converse with me, talk with me. Man, until next time, uh, fly, Eagles, fly. And welcome to Philadelphia, fan of the Midwest. God bless.